So I fashioned myself an inventor when I was 5. My grandmother showed me a mechanical typewriter that she had written a book about. She wrote it about a school that her mother had started. This was in 1868. It's called the Sternschule. It was the first school in Europe that provided higher education for girls. If you were a girl and lucky enough to get an education at all in the mid-19th century, it went through 9th grade. This school went through 14th grade, all through high school and college. It was quite revolutionary, controversial. People challenged it, what's the point of educating a girl? So she went around Europe and lectured about that. Her daughter then became the first woman to get a PhD in chemistry and took over the school. Between the two women, they ran the school for 70 years and then abandoned it in 1938 when they fled Hitler. And she wrote a story about this on this mechanical typewriter. And when I was 5, she showed me the typewriter. And at that point, I was more interested in the typewriter than the story she had written on it. To me, this was a magical machine. You could actually take a blank piece of paper and turn it into something that looked like it came from a book. That was magical to a 5-year-old. Now, I was actually interested in parlor magic, but I realized that if people could see how the trick worked, the magic went away. That was true of parlor magic. That was not true of technology. I didn't have that word when I was 5. But I could see exactly how the machine worked. It was still magical, and I studied all the linkages. And that inspired me to go through the neighborhood and bring back little mechanical and electrical devices. And I created a big inventory. I bring back broken bicycles, broken radios, take them apart, and build this big inventory of little mechanisms. This was an era where you would allow a 5-year-old to go through the neighborhood and do that. And I had this idea, if I could just figure out how to put these things together, I could solve any problem.